man, what you doing about?
No, we can still make jokes that it's funny that his new independent studio is immediately back in the Capcom camp.
Yeah.
Again, someone at Capcom is listening.
Yeah, this stage and the next one are the two that stretch the. These are all relevant to Shadow.
What do you mean? He was here.
He was here. He
inspired
the most goob-eyed character known to man. Sonic continuity.
Okay, I'm going to be honest. I fucking love Infinite because I think Infinite is supposed to be a parody of overly edgy try-hard OCs.
Look,
I think the entire...
Not everybody can be Cold Steel, Carson.
I think the entire...
Not everybody can be Cold Steel.
Nothing.
But they can try, damn it!
Personnel, kid.
Though it's semi-related because the character is obviously based on Shadow. What was the guy from Freedom Planet? Spade, wasn't that his name?
Doesn't he throw cards?
You know,
I believe it is Spade.
There's edgy, and then there's infinite.
yes, but what I was building to, because I love this,
that's my thing, is you want to do edgy, okay. Just don't do infinite.
There's a character in Freedom Planet who speaks like Shadow. And if you use a cheat code in Freedom Planet, you can enable bloopers from the voice actors. And Spade's blooper, it's so hard to sound cool and suave while delivering exposition. God damn my coolness.
But that one's a blooper, but...
Yes, but no, he doesn't miss...
My point is, I think Infinite is supposed to be a parody because not only is he edgy, he is a fucking jobber, and I feel like that was the entire point.
I love the Spade blooper.
And that's why I unironically like Infinite, because I feel like a lot of people miss the joke.
I think if the game was like more on the nose,
if you gave me Cold Steel instead, I'd feel better about it.
The soles of his shoes have the fucking infinity symbol.
That's not my point. I didn't mean about him. I meant the rest of the game.
Cold Steel instead, I would feel less bad about it.
Well, this is the game was DLC makers. Just make Cold Steel. Hold on, Okay, filter pass.
That man, like, somehow beat up Sonic because of everybody else coming back and then said nothing personnel on Sonic. I would feel 5 times better about it.
Talking about. I've been called worse.
Found it.
Where is it? I've already finished the job. It's time for my brother to play his hand. Your brother? Prince Dale of... Prince... This is hard to be cool and suave while being informative at the same time. God damn my coolness.
I love that blooper. God damn my coolness. Hard to be informative. Cool as well while being informative at the same time.
Again, not everybody can be Cold Steel. Oh, guys, that's it. In Sonic,
I know that's a blooper.
In Sonic 4, it's not even going to be Metal Sonic. It's a problem, guys. It's going to be Furnace. To all the people in the comments watching this video that know what I mean when I say Furnace, first of all, are you a Friday Night Funkin' nerd, or are you just a that Sonic OC character nerd?
Right.
Also say the fact that this game actually splits up like 3D and 2D gameplay is like beautiful. I have my mostly 3D levels, all of my mostly 2D levels, and the 2D levels are actually good. Unlike whatever Forces was doing with classic Sonic.
I just think Radical Highway is cool.
I just think Radical Highway was really cool, Chad. I mean,
you keep coming here!
Look at this place.
I do feel like it should have been the Black Comet.
I think it would have been funny if it was Westopolis, because it would have been a reference to how many times you have to play Westopolis.
10. Minimum of 10. If you want to unlock last story, it's a minimum of 10.
Or if you want every ending.
326.
Hey, Shadow.
I was boosting. I do work.
Well, it looked like you weren't moving.
If you want every story path in Shadow the Hedgehog,
Weren't
It-
interesting enough.
Like, to every possible story, I believe it's 326 combinations. It's the number I remember the internet saying.
never got all of those.
God, you shouldn't. You're a sane human being.
I A-ranked the game. I never got all the
A-ranking
story.
the game is fine.
What?
I said A-ranking of the game is fine. You can A-rank the game.
We also
Whoa. That fell off.
Yeah.
we also never
you
got
know,
all the
like,
keys.
I kind of try to contradict my compliments about the controller over ago. Because I was not moving left.
We never got all the keys for all the secret doors either.
Okay, can we all be honest? Most of the secret doors fucking suck.
It really does depend on the level. And like you say, most of them suck, but I honestly kind of love some of them for just how fucking stupid they are. Or like, I'm sorry.
I know what you wanted me to do, game, but
Like, I love a bunch of the secret doors for just how dumb they are. Like, it is impractical, but I love how one of the guns in this
why did you
game,
just-
like, it's so impractical, but
He's the coolest.
I love how one of the guns in Shadow is just a fucking cannon from a tank.
Man.
Mm-hmm.
That stage was longer than every version of Sunset Heights and Forza's combined.
Dude.
Yeah, no, that is definitely one of those situations of, you know, one of those things of just being like, why did XYZ come out for the PS4 instead of just being on the PS5?
Because
they decided that it was probably better to focus on making it work on the PS4 than making it work on the fucking PS5.
it is cheaper and easier to develop for a PlayStation 4. No one has the time or budget for a PS5.
What do you mean, man?
Or Series X.
What do you mean, man? Well, that's not the same thing. That's not the same. And you know, there's gonna be probably a bunch of comments talk about some, you know, I can't believe it. And like, no, it's the honest truth. That's not the same thing. There's a reason why Black Myth Wukong is only playable on the PS5 and not the Series X.
Okay, I feel like
Sony security.
Who's ready for the Switch 2?
What?
Other than Sony Switch 2, man. That thing that we've been
Yes,
teasing
we're working,
at, that
yes,
we
we're
haven't
working on
done
another
anything
console.
with yet.
No, we're not announcing it tomorrow. That's pretty chatty, honestly.
Who's ready for the Switch 2?
I want Nintendo to just announce it, so I will stop getting the fucking.
They did announce it. They literally said, "Yes, we're working on a new console. No, we're not ready to get. We
Not like the official announcement, because
They
yeah,
will.
but they don't want to do an official announcement because it's not ready for an official announcement.
They said they will announce it by the end of the fiscal year, so we have March of this year. That is the like end, basically. That would be the last time for them to announce it. I want them to just announce it, so I'll stop seeing all the fucking Switch 2 clickbait videos.
You and me both. Because the problem with all the dumb
I'm still waiting
clickbait.
on people to buy me some of them Steam gift cards, baby.
What?
Steam gift cards for what?
So I don't have to pay $600 for a Steam Deck.
Gotta get the Switch 2, man. Wow. I just want Nintendo to just come out with this thing because all the leaks and rumors are getting fucking stupid.
So the tutorial for the Black Alien said I had to press A to work to it, and just so you guys know, that's a straight up lie apparently.
What button did you press?
You don't. If you do the thing where you shoot him forward, you will just teleport to him. I'm not sure if there are like, you know, just like very specific situations where that rule applies, and most of them they just decided like it doesn't really work here. Let's just let it just auto warp them.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's like, because I think I had to do it on tutorial, but I don't think I've had to do it since. It's possible I didn't even have to do it on the tutorial. I just did what the button said, so I.
Yes.
But I couldn't tell you now if that was necessary.
Gotta get ready for the Switch too.
I feel like Doomsurf doesn't like do enough to.
It stops you from dying in water.
That's all it does, though. Like,
If we start talking about
well, you say
PS6s and Switch 2s, I'm literally going to skip an entire generation.
Okay, I feel like because Sony just did the PS5 Pro, I feel like they're not going to do.
Not only do they do the PS5 Pro, the default model doesn't have a disc drive.
And apparently, because of the way certain games are designed, it's actually making things look worse.
No, because most people are doing legal these days. All anybody talks about on the Xbox side is the fucking Game Pass.
Except Sony themselves literally, I believe, acknowledge that more PS4 owners have primarily physical over digital.
Yes.
I believe they acknowledged, I think it was like a third of PS4.
that's because you have to be able to hold the exclusive in your hand. You have to feel the exclusivity.
What PS4 exclusives?
Neo?
Hey,
Neo 2?
yeah, yeah.
Not Wo Long, though.
The
Plus, man, we're talking about PS5 exclusives.
Street Fighter.
Street Fighter is a PlayStation exclusive?
Yes. Street Fighter's been a PlayStation exclusive since 5.
You can't play it on PC?
You play it on PC, you can't play it on Xbox.
That's not exclusive then.
What do you mean I can play Neo on PC?
No, it's console exclusive.
Yeah, but it was exclusive when it launched.
Yeah, but I feel like that's irrelevant to play on PC.
No, there's like no exclusive.
That's the point, Sean. That's why, when people talk about a console war, it's irrelevant to me because I play most of my shit on PC.
The only PS5 exclusive
But in
is
terms of a
Astrobot.
console war, Xbox been losing.
The only PS5 exclusive is Astrobot, and I kind of want to play that game, but
What do
I
you mean
am.
the only PS5 exclusive? Black Myth Wukong.
It's on
I
PC.
was gonna say I thought it was
Street
also.
Fighter.
It's on PC.
Trivial.
Where did you learn to fight like that?
Also, I'm going to be honest.
Again, if we're including PC, like I said, console was not even a thing, guys, because PC is just a better option.
I'm also going to be honest. I don't give a fuck about Black Myth Wukong.
You look grim. Are you
I just
alright?
don't.
I'll be fine. We'll all be fine. Find somewhere safe to hide. I'll take care of
Good old time travel shenanigans.
Yes. It's an interesting concept to play with, is that because of time travel, they're actually alive again.
The joke I was making earlier, because the continuity for Sonic can be kind of weird, because they're still kind of confused on what continuity for Blaze is canon. It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So, anyway, now that the Switch 2 has been officially unveiled, what is your overall opinion on the Switch 2? I thought this topic would be interesting because a lot of people have a huge range of opinions, and most people hate the Switch 2, though I feel like a lot of that is driven by all the false information that was spreading around. And I don't have time to sit here and debunk every little bit of information that is false, but I will go over a couple of key points. First off, physical games will not be $90. The whole point about a $90 physical copy was basically converting the UK price into a rough estimate of the price people expected in the US. So that is straight out wrong. Yes, the Mario Kart is 80, but it's not 90, so that's basically a misnomer. Yes, a couple of enhanced versions are 70 or 80, but they're basically treating the extra content like DLC, so I can justify the Kirby being 80 because it's $60 for the base game, and then the price would include the rough estimate of what I would consider $20 of DLC because you get star-crossed worlds, so you get new content, meaning it's not just the base game with a couple of small enhancements. They are throwing in new content, and in my opinion, that's fine. I also think $450 for the base console is okay, given the chips and stuff they used. And yes, standard physical games exist. The game key cards are dumb, I will agree with that, but not every game is a game key card. That was also a misnomer. The Switch 2 games that are basically Switch 2 additions, so Switch 1 games with enhancements, basically all of that is in the cartridge. So again, people were spreading that one false statement where you would get a physical Switch 1 game and the enhancements would be a download code, but if you get the physical, it's all on the cartridge. And yes, unfortunately, Breath of the Wild does not include the DLC. I will agree that's pretty shitty, and that's one of the only things I'm also a little bit pissed off about. The Mario Kart being 80, I don't think is that egregious. And in general, I don't think the prices are that bad when you consider other things, though I will agree it is kind of bullshit that you didn't include the DLC with Breath of the Wild. That means, once again, that DLC is basically released separately and you need to purchase it separately instead of combining the DLC into the new Switch 2 edition of the game. So, that annoys me. I'm not going to go over every false statement and every stupid misnomer, but I just wish people would do a bit more research, because I think the Switch 2 seems fine. And I feel like a lot of people are being overdramatic for basically no reason, but to get back on track, I would love to know your current thoughts given everything that's going on with the system and the games. Anyway, you can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments. Or you can leave them on social media. All of my social media links, as well as my Discord links, are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you subscribe to the channel, and if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So, as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later.